1. What's cracking, guys? Omar Isaf here, back with another video, back with the main man himself, Silencio. Mike, how you doing?
Chilling, tired.
We're actually going to show some training footage. This entire trip we've been filming with Boris Shako, getting that program, pulling basically like 12-hour days, filming late into the night.
25-hour days.
25-hour days.
8 days a week.
Yeah.
370 days a year. We hustle, we grind, we kill, we murder.
Just do the math. So this video is actually going to be our heavy session that we have for the week. It was hard fitting in quality training. And what do we mean by quality? Let's talk a little bit about that, like your training, how it's going right now. Your best squats, almost 6, 700-pound deadlift, 4 plate bench. So you got all those numbers. Where you're going to see kind of how we organize training right here. You're going to see us bench. I go for a PR. You basically hit the heaviest triple you've hit in squats in a while.
Yeah,
so just heavy lifting overall. Mike, break it down for those that don't know, maybe some of the principles of your lifting, what you got going on right now, some of your goals, just talk.
I guess basically, principles, we talk about sub-maximal training, and what that means is, yes, it means training not near 100% often, depending on your goals and depending on the phase, but it also means kind of reps in reserve, or there's a million RPE 8s or whatever, there's a million different terms, but basically what we're trying to do is efficiency in our training and quality in our training, where not only are we not going to failure, but we're saying a rep away from technical failure.
Sure.
So often, obviously, it depends on the lifter, but technical failure may be 2 or 3 reps, even 5 reps away from real failure, depending on how advanced and technical the lifter is. So I consider myself fairly technical, so
Absolutely.
my technical failure probably is closer to my actual failure.
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do for multiple reasons. You can handle more volume, you can handle more frequency, you recover a little bit better, and then obviously we're training that quality technique over and over, greasing the groove, motor patterns, whatever you want to call it. Again, a million different cliche and buzzwords, but we're trying to get better at the movement while maintaining really good technique, while getting faster, stronger, and accumulating volume over time. So.
And I just want to talk a little bit, maybe we can talk RP percentages. I've actually shifted more towards this year doing percentages. I do like RP to guide things, and I will say today I did use a little bit of RP because we were traveling, and I know we both have had some back issues for myself. That plane ride really jacks me up, where I basically need a week after sitting that long to unlock things, and especially on the squat, things feel tight. But in general, percentages, why percentages have been working well for me this year? Well, simply put, you have to organize everything around your training, where for me, RP was very appealing because, life gets in the way, you have a lot of work, we work quite often, we have weird hours, and so RP is convenient because it allows you to then adjust for the day. But percentages, if you can fit, like as kind of Boris Shako said, if you can fit everything, if you can control all those outside variables, he vastly prefers percentages, and I think if I was trying to maximize strength truly, I'd follow more percentages with some RP elements. So today I was going to say, just before you talk about your squat, which was great, like 5 plates once again for a triple. Leading up to this week, I was supposed to do 425 once again for a 4x4. I did that about in my previous cycle, so that'd be about 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago. Felt great, but it came in today, and as you saw, you told me, which I appreciated. When I was squatting, you're like, actually, dude, you're totally like you're not symmetrical. Like my foot pad, you could basically just
gotta lie to kick it.
Yeah. You're like, dude, it's looking pretty jacked up, just like kind of your back and everything. So I had to call it just at the triple 425. Actually overshot the RP or the effort, and then just did some back down sets. That was me. That was the squat. We talked a little bit before about that whole concept that different movements you can kind of maintain. A bench, I didn't bench this entire week until today. I hit an all-time PR. Right? It's interesting. I think where you're naturally strong is what you'll maintain. Where you're weak, my squat's always been the weakest lift. I need to train it frequently. So you are doing a little bit of that squatting. This is the heaviest you've probably hit in 6 weeks, something like that?
Maybe close to 2 months. A little bit of back tweak, and then I was also just trying to again grease the groove and get my back going. So last 2 weeks ago it was about 465, 475 for triple, then 485 for triple. Considering how this week went, I didn't even expect to do anything, but warm-ups felt decent, so we did 495 for triple, which is pretty far away from my best ever. I think my best ever is maybe 555, 545, 535 for a triple.
But you're building up, and something I noticed, I just want to say, I know this does not make a huge difference, but something I see with you, and it's actually interesting, is most people, in particular in the IPF, which I respect, they try and and maximize everything, like even when it comes to equipment. And what do I mean by that? Well, you know, like the SPD knee sleeves, which I do believe, like just calling an ace an ace.
They can feel a little better,
You were using light. Is there any particular reason why you use? They're basically, they fit loose, and they're equivalent. They're less than Ray-Bans. They're like in between like a weightlifting knee sleeve like a Ray-Ban.
Yeah, they were like the slingshot lowest level ones, and I do wear I wear both. I like the strong ones great because they are aggressive and they feel better. But yeah, mentally and physically, I am using a lesser. When I'm warming up, I have my belt on a little bit looser, so that, I know that there's another gear I can go to. I got a little bit hyped for the main set, but also as always, I'm kind of never getting hyped because I know I can shift gears. Kind of going back to IPF or top level lifter, which I am not. I'm not claiming to be, but
we respect and we see the methodology.
And I think I have I have the experience of some of those guys. I just don't have the strengths. I don't. Maybe genetics. Maybe I'm dumb. Who knows? But I'm not there. Yeah, all that, whatever it is. But I have a lot of those traits where
and
I
you've
peak
spoken with the best too.
I peak really well. So I know when I can turn it on, I can turn it on. And so right now, even though 500 for 3 in a calculator may only equal 540, I know my strength with the peak is closer to 580. And then we're obviously going to try to kick it above 6 when my back can handle it.
And that's we're not going to reveal everything with the interviews. Collectively, I think we've probably had 6 hours worth of interviews with Boris Shako. But something that he was saying super fascinating is those essentially peak correctly for performance, like peak for lifting, versus those that are strong all the time. And actually, he vastly prefers someone to peak. And I know what you mean when you say that. It's like you might do 500 for 3, you use a calculator that says like 530 is your max. But you're like, actually, when I peak correctly, when the programming's on point, when I do what's necessary, 580 or like 590. Talk us through the bench. You actually were the one telling me that, and this is where sometimes you have to call an audible, or maybe we talk about auto regulation, which I'm a big fan of. That the squats felt terrible. I knew, but I just wanted to get something in there. Bench was flying for me. How did the bench go for you?
I actually felt pretty good. I think powerlifters are known for excuses, and I'm a pseudo powerlifter,
so I
have a bunch of excuses. So I did bench 365 pretty dang clean about a week ago, and so I thought like, all right, I might as well. 315 felt pretty good. 345 moved really well. So I was like, I'll try 375. Again, not even close to my peak or my prime or even close to my best, but I thought I would hit that. It'd be fun. Leg cramped, and I just missed it. I could feel it felt really heavy. So considering I slept 3 hours last night and the night before, I'll take it. And then I just called it a day, did some chin-ups, and that's just how it goes because I have weeks to rebuild it, and I have work to do, and I have projects to do, and in life, to not get too cliche and whatever, but you can only pick a couple priorities at a time. Going back to things Shako spoke on and what you just spoke on, if you're maybe percent-based or other things, there's flaws and give and take with percent and RPE. In something with a percent, if you have a job and you have kids and you have all these things, it's going to be really hard to hit that. But if you're a college kid and you can control your food and your schedule pretty good, like percent might work really well because like you just said, you can control these other factors. And right now I can't control shit. I'm traveling, I'm trying to work, we're building, we just crushed that program with Kaizen.
There's that Black Friday sale.
It's my mom's birthday. And I know that's like, poor Mike, you got to eat cake with your mom. But the point is that I'm stressing because I'm out of town, but I have to give her a gift. I haven't got her a gift. I'm sorry, Mom, if you're watching this, but I'm trying to get her a gift today. I'm planning on the internet, whatever. The point is that other things are in my head, and you can have only a certain amount of priorities in life, right? Like that's why you can't be good at everything.
If this week isn't optimal,
I'm not dying. Like you said, call an audible. I'll call an audible, and I'll figure out my program moving forward.
Well, that's what's interesting is sometimes even within the session, how particular movements, talking about proficiency of lifting, like how good you are at it. Squats felt terrible, I knew, because my back felt jacked up. On the other hand, the bench press, I hit 365 touch and go. This would be 8 weeks ago, something like that. Did that peak at Couch, was doing my programming, and then I reset it. I actually took a little bit of time off heavier benching because I want to do that deadlift, hit the 600-pound deadlift. I came back 2 weeks ago, back on the bench press. And today, once again, because I can't state this enough, actually, you know Ellis McLean, the IPFL
world. My boy.
93 kilos. Such a nice guy.
500-pound bench.
Bro, he came to Fortis, and the first thing he said, he was benching, he said, dude, are these plates heavy or what? I said, actually, Ellis, I gotta tell you, like, he was doing 455. I'm like, that's more like 465.
Yeah, Ellis is a beast. He's a really, really good human. You guys should check him out.
And I want to bring him up to Toronto. He's like, yeah, man, I'd love to do a seminar. So hopefully we'll get something in the works. I was going to say that 295 is supposed to be 5x5, and young Michael, he told me, he said, Omar, they're moving real fast. And I thought, I'm like, you know what? Like the last training phase, I had to do a 5x5, and every single set of 5, towards the end, it was pretty much as like a RP9, moving like maybe one grinder, if that. So I've only done 5 reps at 295. That's like the max. But after doing the first few sets, I said, you know what, I'm just going to jump to it. I want to go for like 6-7 reps, just get an all-time PR. And for myself, it just shows the right way things are moving. I do think, I don't know if by the end of the year, but maybe before my birthday in February, I do want to bench maybe 370.
What are you turning, 22?
I'm turning 21. Finally can drink. Turning 21.
Did you drink 18 up there or no?
19. I don't know. I started drinking when I was 15. I don't know.
That explains it.
Oh no. The brain cells. So yeah, maybe 375 before my birthday would be sweet. So
I believe it.
Yeah, just little things. Focusing on training. We did some. So this is our heavy training session at Barbell Brigade. Anything you want to say in closing? Maybe about the training session overall, and part words of wisdom.
Nothing.
You're just giving 1,000-mile stare because you're like, I did not get my mom a gift.
I did. I tried. I bought it and then they were out. So I bought it. It all went through, and then they emailed me and said they're out and it'll take 2 months.
That's rough. Well, let's close it out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, the heavy lifting, giving you a little bit of inside information when it comes to lifting, what we do, a little bit about programming or just day-to-day judging
just
things.
A touch.
Yeah, just a
sprinkle.
Yeah, what can you really tell in a video? Like think about again, Shaco. Like
he spent 4 hours talking about programming.
Yeah, to explain his program in 4 hours. Anyways, that's it. That's the video. If you liked the video, make sure to like the damn video. Follow my boy, Sound Mike. Link is in the description, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!